Hello, lovely people of the internet. I am the Breathing Canvas, and today I'm going to be showing you my Captain America look. Let me show you my sketch because I keep looking at it, trying to describe it. But that is the look that I'm doing. You see here I kind of have spirals of like stars and some studs. That's kind of represent Captain America's shield. And then over here you see these geometric lines. That is on Captain America's abdominal piece. And then you got some patriotic stuff here. So let's get started. I am actually going to be showing you guys a new technique today. This one's a little bit more new to me. But what we're going to be doing is kind of making this eyebrow disappear so that it's easier to apply the rhinestones that we have. So we're going to be using like a washable craft glue. And I'm going to zoom in here, and I do apologize if this video does get out of focus at times. That's just the way that this camera is. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your washable craft glue and you're going to brush this fancy little brush I'm going to use, but just brush with either a brush or with your fingers. Brush your eyebrow hairs down or like out, and then you're going to put the glue on down or inward. The reason we're doing this is so that we get the glue coated all around and in the eyebrows, just enough that it's laying on the top layers here, because you really want this coated. And then you're going to brush it back the way it normally is. And then what I've been liking to do, for the top here, I'm going to brush it up because they just kind of stick out. I have seen other people where they brush all their eyebrow hairs up, but that creates more space here, and especially since my eyebrows are dark, that means more like a larger area that I need to color and cover up, and that's a little bit difficult. Also, what I'm experiencing with this glue stick is when it dries up, it kind of crusts and leaves like the edges kind of like peeling, so it isn't blending in all that well. So I'm just kind of taking my finger and just kind of lightly brushing off that excess as best as I can. And then I'm going to scrape off a big chunk of the glue stick and just apply that on the eyebrow. And I will show you why in a second. It feels so weird. It's like I have like dry dead skin around my eyebrow. It's so weird. So I'm just kind of trying to brush that off. And for the powder, you can either use like your foundation powder or a baby powder, whatever you got. So now that I have the powder on my eyebrow, I'm going to take my little spatula thingy here and just scrape off, like you're peeling it, peel off some glue. And with this thick glue, you're going to just smear it on your eyebrow. This creates a nice thick and smooth layer because the glue stick is white. That's going to help with the color. And it's going to give it a nice flat smooth surface to apply the makeup. Oh man, this feels weird. Alright, so I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to layer, and then I'm going to do a few more. And then the makeup should be able to help get rid of this. My nose tickles. It's taking forever to dry. You know what that means? It's always better to wait while dancing. Why won't you dry eyebrow? I'm so impatient. Oh wait, I could be doing something else while I wait for this to dry. Let's be smart. It's always a good idea to be smart. So for this eyebrow, we're gonna make it silver. My silver is more liquidy, so to help that silver stand out a little bit, I'm gonna put some white on my eyebrow. And it still won't look like a perfect like silver strip, which is what I kind of planned for, but it's still gonna look good. I'm also gonna brush in to the bottom here, again just to help with getting maximum whiteness coverage. Maximum whiteness, that's me. fun. Alright, let's go ahead and get our foundation here. And kind of the same idea, I'm going to scoop and just get a big thick layer so we just have the color. And then we can go over with my liquid foundation to match the color, and then I'll be able to put foundation all over my face here. Shimmy! It's so weird because like I can't really feel my eyebrow, it's like dry, so it just feels so weird. If you have ever put like liquid latex over your face, that's the kind of feeling where it's kind of like, it's like hardened a little bit or it's stiff or whatever. You feel it on there, is what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna take a sponge and oh my gosh. Whew, that is light. I'm gonna take my sponge and kind of just stipple, just blend it, and powder in between layers. Alright, so that's it. So it is still pretty obvious that there is an eyebrow under there. I haven't done the liquid foundation quite yet. But you see what I mean? That's not going to totally disappear. But again, we're putting stuff over this, so it should be just fine. The main idea of why I did that is to protect the eyebrow from the spirit gum, so that I can apply the rhinestones. So I'm going to put some foundation on, and I'll be right back. So this is it. Again, you can see, still kind of obviously, there's still a bit of obviously some makeup there. This is going to be covered with rhinestones and eyeshadow, so it's going to be all good. So now, what I'm going to do is take some spirit gum and make some dots here for where I'm going to put all of the rhinestones, which will be everywhere. Now I'm going to put one kind of on the bridge of my nose here, because on the sketch I had it like right at the edge of my eye here. But you want to be careful not to drip any on your shirt. We're good. You want to be careful not to get into your eye. So I'm doing it right on the edge here. Look at my sketch to see where else I put them. So do it right here. You just need a little bit. Remember, as you're applying, the smile is going to go slowly outward because I have 6 stars and the rest are my rhinestones. And those will be like the studs of the shield. I would have done all stars, but I didn't have enough, so I just came up with another idea and said, hey, let's just make them studs with stars. So that works for me. Actually, you want to let this dry up and get a little bit tacky so that the stones have something to grip onto. Otherwise, it's just kind of be like, it's like right now it's like smooth and wet, so it's just gonna like slide off. So we're going to go back to this eye here and apply our silver. Yeah, I think the white definitely helps it make more like a gray rather than just the eyebrow come back up. I don't know if you can see it too well on the camera, but hopefully it'll show up better in a picture. Again, not like how I planned the sketch, but I'm happy with it. If you are impatient like me, what you can do is take the end of like your brush or your finger and just kind of dab or poke at the place where the spirit gum is. That will help it tacky up. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. And just stick it on your face. Now we're gonna put rhinestones all around in between. I dropped one. So now I'm going to go on to the eyeshadow. We're going to take this kind of dark, sparkly blue shadow, doing it at the edge here, and then bring it in so it fades in so it's lighter at the corner and darker here. And then do a little bit of silver here and this kind of maroony red in the crease. Okay, now on to the tough part, those geometric lines. So again, this is the lines that you see on Captain America's abdomen. They were, sorry. They were first just like the straight red and white lines like on the flag. Then they added the geometric shapes to it, and I really like that. So that is what we're gonna do. As always, we are gonna start by outlining with my lip liner pencil here. I'm gonna get this camera adjusted so they can see me pretty well. Now, an issue with this is since we're going from a flat sketch surface to a very round three-dimensional surface, the spacing and just how everything's gonna look and be applied is gonna be a bit more tricky. So you wanna be very careful, you know, with your spacing and everything in proportion. And always start smaller than what you think you need, because then you can add on to it, because if it gets too big, it's just gonna be this amoebish blob thing all over your face. And that's not what we're doing today. So now what I'm going to do is take my brush with the flat edge and just redefine the lines that I have here. Alright, so for this section where I'm making kind of disappear, I'm just starting with the makeup on my brush and going in and making defining lines where it's definitely gonna be, and then maybe like use some up here. And once your brush starts to get dry and lose the makeup, you go back and then just kind of dab lightly so it can fade out. And now to help us so it doesn't look like I have just red blobby things on my face, I'm gonna go back with black just over the lines, just to help define it. So if you saw my Batman video, we're going to be using a similar technique here where I do the outlines and kind of like what we just did, then go back without adding makeup to your brush and just dabbing, kind of like laying it flat here, just so it fades in. And there we are with all the shading and good stuff. You see how I didn't do it where it fades in and out? Alright, so now there's only one thing left to do. Lips! So I'm going to start with this kind of nice rosy pink lipstick as a base, because we're going to be using a lot of eyeshadow just to help it stick on and everything. Okay. We're going to be doing diagonal lines of blue, red, and silver. So I'm going to start with blue here. I don't know if it's because of the lines, but it's making my lip like slowly. Sorry about that. And now this look only needs one more thing to be complete. Glitter! And this will also help smooth out your lips, because right now they're kind of dry because of the powder. And this is the Captain America look. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give a click on that thumbs up button. And, you know, leave comments, subscribe. And next time, I'll be doing my Thor makeup look, so be on the lookout for that. Alright, lovelies, I'll see you next time. Bye!